Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Pisces in mid-November 2020. What is going on, Pisces? How are you all doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, Pisces, happy Thanksgiving for those who will be celebrating here at the end of the month, or towards the end of the month here in the States and anywhere else in the world. If you're celebrating Turkey Day, getting together with friends and family, please be very careful as you do so. If you are, mixing households or inviting people into your house or what have you, please be careful. Take all the precautions necessary because 2020 is still outside and 2020 still don't care and 2020 still is very indiscriminate. And that that virus that everybody's talking about, she a real lady. Okay. But in any case, if you are celebrating again, please be careful and safe and just have, hopefully if you are getting together with people, it's for a good reason, and just make good choices. Okay, that's the base of this. Just make good choices as you go along. In any general God, I can't even say it. And in a general sense, Pisces, thank you. I am wishing that you're happy, safe, healthy, and secure at this time, wherever you are in the world, regardless of whether you're celebrating a holiday or not. Okay. Pisces, no other announcements, so let's just go ahead and get into it. Anything you want from me, it's already in the description box below. If you're looking for the timestamp, it is down there. Information on how to purchase a personal reading with me is down there as well. Any questions before you purchase, just email me at the same address and I will answer you as soon as I can. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, the name is EmpathicFire Tarot, and the link for that is down below as well, okay? All right, guys, let's do it. I'm on a marathon today of recordings. Maybe I'll get all 12 done in one day. It's only because I'm off from my regular job that would even be possible. But let's go for it, okay? Messages for Pisces. You're the 8th sign I'm doing today, I think. Yep, 8th. Messages for Pisces in mid-November, please. For Pisces, mid-November 2020. Messages for them. One bridge, that feels like. Let's see if that's true. One bridge. Yes, they're like, yep, that's all you need. Cool. Let's get into it. For Pisces, please, mid-November. All right, 7 of Wands. That's one coming out heavy. I feel like other signs have had that. A good amount of, okay. All right. Well, those hit the table. So I'm going to say those come first. We'll do 2 there, and then we'll take the star like that on the other side. All right, let's see what came flipped like that. And that's interesting, I picked them both up like that. I think I would normally do this and this, but whatever. Okay, regardless, so, however we got there, we got there. We've got 7 of Wands, Fool reverse, 2 of Cups reverse, and the Star. Listen. What's going on, Pisces? This is confusing. AF. On its face, it's very confusing, and maybe that's kind of why. Let's get into it. Let's see what's happening. 7 of Wands for you guys to start. That cliched phrase is a dirty job, but someone's got to do it. Maybe that applies in your life in some form or fashion, Pisces. Maybe you're being put to task on a very quote-unquote dirty job, or you're going through a very quote-unquote dirty circumstance, but you're the one who has to do it, is kind of what that feels like. But deeper than that, it feels I don't know what movie that's from. Is it? I don't know what movie it's from, but there's like a meme in my mind where there's like a girl, not a little girl, but like a teenage girl or a young woman. She's kind of like stamping her feet. She's wearing sunglasses. She has like a furry like shawl on, or like a what do you call those things? It's not like a fur coat or anything, but she's like basically having a temper tantrum in this meme. She's like stamping her feet. She's pouting her lips. She's not here for it, but she kind of has to be here for it, is the sentiment that I'm getting. So some of you, for lack of a better word, might be whining your way through particular situations and circumstances in your life. You might be, more traditionally what the 7 of Wands talks about is in a defensive posture, and you don't want to be in a defensive posture. You don't want to have to sort of explain yourself or explain the rhymes and the reasons of your behaviors, okay? Something like that, where maybe people are in your business and you don't want them in your business. Maybe people have a lot of opinions, because that also can be a part of the Seven of Wands. A lot of opinions are floating around you, being hurled at you, and you just don't want any parts of it, okay? That's really what I'm feeling. You don't want any parts of it, even though you're directly smack dab in the middle of it. And I did use this word whining. I don't know that that's necessarily quote unquote the truth. That could be your perception. That could be the perception of other people. You could be thinking, oh man, I'm making such a big deal out of this. I should, like in a self-critical type of way. Like, oh, really should just put my big boy pants or my big girl pants on and take care of business. It's up to, I don't know who is saying Pisces is whining, but that is a perception that's out here in this energy. Like Pisces is whining about this. And possibly with due cause, because I feel like in some of your cases you're being dragged into something that you don't want to be dragged into, or you're the central focus of a situation that isn't really your business. Like, has that ever happened to someone? That happened to me once, like, well, recently I should say, fairly recently. I think it was like 2 years ago, where I said something not really knowing that the impact was going to be what it was, and then I was like dragged into the middle of, for just like a day or two, like somebody's drama. Like I had some friends, and I still do have these friends, and they had a thing going on between them, and I said something, again, not knowing the implication, to another friend. So there's like 4 total friends here. So let's say friend 1 and friend 2, they're having a little tiff, and then I, as friend 3, say to friend 4, hey, did you know? Or by the way, blah, blah, blah. And then that gets back to friend 1 and 2. And friend 1 and 2 are like, hey, that's not da da da. And I was just like, oh, I thought friend 4 knew that that was going on between you and friend 1, you two. So basically I said something I didn't need to say, or that the 2 people thought I had no right to say, when I was like, well, we are all friends. We all know each other. We all know this detail, but 4 was just the last one to know about it. It was something like that. I'm trying to, protect people's personal business, but that's what this feels like. So you might offhand have said something or done something that you feel is inconsequential, and now you kind of have to defend yourself because you didn't know, oh, that was a big deal to you. Like basically foot in the mouth kind of energy, or putting your foot in your mouth kind of situation, right? So, that could be why some people are like, and now Pisces is whiny, because, well, they made a mess of things and now they're whining about it. Like someone could be thinking like, Pisces, come on. Like, you know what you said, you know what you did, and now because you got quote unquote caught, or because someone so-and-so found out, or because so-and-so told this person over here, it's like a game of telephone is also in here somewhere. And it's just a bunch of, it feels really petty in the grand scheme of things. It feels very petty. It doesn't feel malicious on your part, doesn't feel malicious on other people's part, but I think it's being taken as that. Or someone's really trying to like make a bigger mess out of something. A big mess, right? Think about that. This could be a big mess. I've said this about this card before. If you are tasked with having to clean a toilet, 7 toothbrushes is probably gonna take you a while to get that thing spotless, to get that thing up to code. You know what I mean? So it's like all this extraneous work to get something cleaned up, and the way in which to clean it up is very petty or minuscule, or it's not as effective as another instrument or another method. If we wanted to clean a toilet, let's get a scrub brush, let's get a toilet brush, let's get, the mop and the broom to clean the floor around it. Let's get the scrubbing bubbles out. Let's get all these other things, not these 7 little puny, toothbrushes. So there is defensive energy here. There is this sense of like having to clean up possibly an honest mistake, possibly, a little foot in the mouth action. Okay. Nothing malicious. Nothing is here energetically that I can sense is that you or someone else set out to do damage. I don't feel that at all. But the consequence of the misstep, or the speaking before you knew it was right to mention something, ruining a surprise could be another way that this is coming out for a few of you. Like ruining, It's so, it's petty because nobody's like, not to be perfectly hyperbolic, nobody's dying about this. Like, nobody's gonna die over whatever Pisces has stepped in. Pisces put their foot in it. Nobody's gonna die over that. It's not a big deal. But someone else or you is making a big deal out of it. Okay. Now, in the center, Two of Cups and the Fool in reverse. So it could be, for some of you, you're in a little bit of a tiff with your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, best friend, I don't care who. But the Two of Cups signifies, I was going to say significates, which is not a word at all, but signifies. I think I was doing signify and indicates. Significates. Anyway, signifies a particular person who's special to us. This card has come out a few times in other readings. It could be a soulmate to you. Soulmates do not have to be romantic, and soulmates are not all, cookie cutter, perfect, unicorn dust and, fairy tears or anything like that. There are soulmate connections in our lives that are challenging, that, come into our lives when we're like at our deepest, lowest point, and like, it's dark and it's grimy. But so be careful when using the S word, okay? But regardless of the type, in some of your cases, this could have been like a chance to get back with someone, friend or not, lover or not, family member or not, but there's a chance to rekindle. But that chance is sort of lost quickly. Like, as quickly as it starts, it ends. Or as quickly as it starts, it stumbles. If it doesn't end, it stumbles, right? And again, it could be over something really petty. It could be over, this is just an example. This could apply to some of your lives, but it's not, the bulk of the energy that I'm feeling. What I'm feeling is maybe there's a friend or an ex-partner of yours, an ex-lover of yours, who you're just like, okay, let's try it again. And maybe you say a joke. Let's just say that. You say a joke. Maybe it's off color. Maybe it's at the expense of the person you're trying to rekindle with, and they really don't find any humor in it. And so they cancel your date, right? They cancel the plans you guys made for the weekend. They no longer want to, speak to you, and they ghost you, or they, leave you on red for like a day or two or something like that. Again, it's petty with the Seven of Wands. But again, the inception point of the shaky energy, or the uncertain energy here with the Fool and the Two of Cups in reverse, is a bad joke, an off-color joke, an off-brand joke, or a miscommunication of some type. Yeah, the Fool and the Two of Cups in reverse. Fool is a secondary major arcana for Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You don't have to be. It's like pulling back. Because the Fool rushes forward. The Fool is just like gung-ho. When you look at this, gung-ho, let's go, rushing out the door, last minute stuffing everything into the purse, haven't even taken off the rubber gloves, haven't even taken off the marigolds for our UK friends. But in reverse, it's like, nah, we're putting the brakes on that. We're not proceeding forward. There's a delay in the action, or a complete stop. For some of you, it's a delay. For some of you, it's going to be a complete stop. And I feel as though it's kind of, in the moment, silly. It doesn't feel like it's really warranted. Like, if you told a not great joke, Pisces, and someone gets their panties in a bunch, gets themselves all twisted up like a pretzel over a joke that you told, they're kind of like dragging you. It's what this feels like. Well, do you know what Pisces said to me yesterday? And they're like talking shit behind your back, or they're coming back to you and like, well, what you said was really uncalled for. And you might apologize. You might be like, look, I'm really sorry. And again, I'm saying Pisces. This could be the reverse. And listen, I've already said it. This energy really feels petty to me. It really feels like two adult people, and one or both of them are not acting like adults. That's what this feels like. But anyway, so it's like, did you hear what Pisces said to me, or this person confronts you? What you said the other night over the phone, I've been sitting with that for a couple of days, and it's really got me up all bent out of shape. And they're not going to say that they're bent out of shape, but that's what they are. Okay. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I apologize. I didn't know that you took it that way. That's not how I intended it. Or, oh, wow, is that what's been going on? I thought you were mad about something else. Because most Pisces don't want to be in confrontation with people. Most Pisces want to be liked by people almost to a fault, or at least be perceived as likable, even though Pisces on the inside has very, very dark thoughts about you and really doesn't like you that much, or really hates these aspects of your personality. But most Pisces are too decent to tell anyone, okay? So you try to make amends, but this person doesn't allow you to make amends because, again, the Fool is rushing forward. The Fool goes for it. There is no hesitation. There is no restraint. This is restrained energy towards a connection. This is possibly a reneging or pulling back on a redo. Trying to get something started again, but it immediately peters out and falls to the ground and is kind of dead in the water. Okay? So this again could be an ex-partner, an old friend, an estranged relative. This could be you trying to go back and work for people that you were working for in the earlier part of 2020. And it could be that. It might not, in that specific case where you're going back to work, it might not be necessarily that you're disagreeing with the people. You might just disagree with working there, period. Or, the past 6, 8, 10, 5 months, however long you've been unemployed or away from this workplace. Now that you've come back, it's like no longer a good fit is what this feels like. It's no longer a good fit, whatever we're talking about, okay? The Star. That's twice for Aquarius. Major Arcana for Aquarius. So for those where you are dealing with an Aquarius, and I just did their reading. I don't remember what I said for them, but it might be worth it to check out their reading. If you're interested in watching what I say for them for the mid-month, feel free to do so. But you don't have to, especially, if you're not dealing with an Aquarius. But the Star card, I feel, is a major sigh of relief, even like a bittersweet relief, because I feel whoever was going back towards this energy, since the Two of Cups is here, I feel that whoever was involved, whether it be 2 people, 3 people, 15 people, I don't care. Whoever was involved, I feel both sides, or however many sides there are, came to it mutually saying, let's give this a go. We're going to try this. Let's try and be in a relationship again. Let's try and be friends again. Let's try and patch this up because, I want to have a relationship with my mother. I want to have a relationship with my sister. I want to have a relationship with my cousin, whatever. I want to work here again. I liked working for you before. I want to work here again, or let's try and get the business open, whatever. The intention was good, but now that it's happened and the execution has occurred and maybe some missteps were committed here, some not great communication or off-color joking happens here, and someone has to defend themselves to petty crap, right? Now that we realize, oh, it ain't working, we get some type of relief with the Star card here. And again, it feels bittersweet. It's not like, oh, I'm so happy to finally put this to bed. I mean, maybe you are. I've known a Pisces or two. If you guys have been on my channel before, you know I love Pisces. You're some of my favorite people in the world. And some of you are very close to me. I have a couple of Pisces that are very close to me in my life. And what I've known about some Pisces is they do have to see it again. Some Pisces, they go back to a bad thing. Just, not all of you, just some. Like, it's bad or it wasn't that great before, but let me just make sure. Like, let me double check that this really should not be where I need to be. Okay. Yeah, okay. Got it. Cool. Now I know. So that's that bittersweet, relief that I'm feeling. I care about this person, or I really did like working there. Maybe it could work out again. You go back there, you spend a week working for this person, you spend a week working around your coworkers or whatever it is, and you're just like, nah, this isn't for me. Even in the middle of a pandemic, even though I might be desperately in need of employment, or I might need this paycheck really, 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 really badly, my sanity, my health, my wellness, as the Star does speak to healing and having vitality in your life and feeling at peace in your life, that might be more important than any dollar. Okay? Not asking for anything, but that was the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. So again, for some of you, I don't know why you would do this, but I feel like it's correct for you. You might have been unemployed. You go back to employment for like a week or two, a month or two, something like that, and then you end up unemployed again. That's like, that's very sharp for a few of you. And again, I feel like that's correct because again, your wellness is more important than the money that you were making there. Does that make sense? And maybe that's something you've learned in your time being away. You know, a lot of our values in the collective in 2020 were up for review. A lot of the things that we were doing that were status quo, not going to read those, that many of us were doing for the last several years, if not decades of our lives, came under review. And the review says, oh, we ain't doing that anymore. So for some of you, you may have had high-paying jobs or well-paying jobs and great benefits and all these other kinds of things. But the culture of the place that you worked with or worked for, the temperament of the people that you worked with, now that you've had a time away to reflect, to reconsider and reprioritize your life, you go back to the job and you realize no longer is this a good fit for me. You get what I mean? So nothing here needs to be clarified. So let's just go ahead and get further information for you guys. So further information in this reading for Pisces. Justice in reverse. Some of you are leaving the legal system. You had jobs in the legal system in some form or fashion, and you're not going back to that. One more, please, for Pisces. Further information for Pisces regarding the situation, please. One more card. Thank you. Queen of Wands. Yep. And then you make your own way. You become your, in some of your cases, you become your own boss. Now, that's very interesting. I'm going to read this two different ways, but the first way is pretty simple. Some of you, wherever you were in your job, in your status of relationships, you know, how well connected you were to people or how close you were with them, and, you know, trying not to be estranged with them, and then you go back and it's like, oh no, that's not the way. So justice coming in the reverse, I think I feel it was you trying to be fair. And for some of you Pisces, you realize in order to quote unquote be fair in the situation, you would have to sacrifice too much of yourself. Meaning, in some of your cases, it feels like if I go back here, it's the quote unquote right thing to do in that person's eyes, in this person's eyes. If I reconnect with this person, that's what other people think is right, but it's not right for me. It's not right for me. It doesn't sit well with me. It's not personal justice for me, right? Very interesting. Late addition. For some of you, this is like confronting somebody who's been really nasty to you. And you may have been told, advised to confront that person. And just when you were beginning to do it, something pulls you back. Again, with this energy of the Fool in reverse, restrains you, doesn't allow you to proceed forward. And that is good. You're basically dodging a bullet, some of you, okay? The other way that I'm reading this is that someone has this perception of the whole thing. Justice was not done in their favor, and they're a little irate about it with the Queen of Wands next door, okay? Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, could be dealing with the fire sign, but you don't have to be. And the Justice card, excuse me, is a major arcana for Libra. Could be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. I feel whatever you've decided, there's someone around you, Pisces, who's basically saying, that's not fair. And the irony here is, of course, this is probably the same person who is accusing you of whining. Projecting much, right? So someone who thinks Pisces is whining themselves. Someone who's calling you a whiner is the queen of whining. Now, that's not what the Queen of Wands is known for, but this is feeling a little low vibey. And so when the Queen of Wands doesn't get their way, sort of like what I was saying before. And again, I've said Pisces. You could be the person who's not whining, but you're dealing with someone who is whining. So it you know, this is general. You need to plug yourself in where you see yourself, where it resonates. But remember I said earlier about someone like stamping their feet like an adult, having a temper tantrum, like an adult not being able to deal with what they're dealing with. the irony is, or the sort of poetic justice in a way is, you're accused of being a whiner, you're accused of doing things and being petty, or, you know, acting immaturely, even though maybe you've tried to be mature. And then when you decide to walk away, take the high ground, not give not give information, not give energy into the situation anymore, whatever you decide to do, in the benefit of your own self-healing, in the benefit of your own self-care, now all of a sudden someone has someone really has a problem with that you prioritize yourself, that you say, you know what, I was trying to give this the old college try. I was thinking that maybe we could do this again. But, you know, if I'm honest, things have changed for me, or the way you're reacting now to my misdeed, I understand and I've apologized for that. But because you can't, quote unquote, let it go, and because you're making a big stink of it, it's really given me the wisdom that I need to walk away here. And you walking away, prioritizing yourself, protecting yourself with the star energy, really throws someone for a loop, and they really don't like it. And they really don't like it. And they're whining about it. They might have some power, because these two together are not anything to shake a stick at. They might have some power or influence that could make your life a little hellish, but hopefully it's not that. That's not for everybody, but for a few of you, this person might have considerable influence on in your life, in your day-to-day life, that they might, you know, kind of throw their weight around a little bit. They might just show up, you know, if you're like, okay, like in an X way, like with a dating partner, you might say, okay, let's try it. You go out on a couple dates. It doesn't really go anywhere. And you're like, I don't know why I tried this again, but now I know for sure you're not the one for me. I'm not the one for you, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, good. Thank you very much. Have a good life. This person might still pop up in your life. They might still pop up on your social. You know what I mean? So boo, don't like this. Yeah, and normally I would go and ask for some advice or some closing information here, but that's like, they're kind of like putting a period here for it, I think. Let me grab the deck to make sure. Is there anything else that we need to know here for Pisces, or any advice here? No, they're like shaking their heads at me like, no. Nope. Pisces, that is your reading. That's very interesting. Because well, that's your reading, Pisces. If you liked it, the like button is down below. See, hold on. Before we do that, hold on. They want me to point out how that is a reflection of what we were just talking about. How I was like, well, is there more? Should there be more messages? Is there more messages? So I pull more cards, And then I picked up the deck. I did my double check. I was like, I didn't feel the energy. And I was like, no, that's it. Done. That is reflective of the situation that you're dealing with, or the relationships that you're dealing with. Okay? There's nothing more to do with it. Period. Paragraph, as my mother likes to say. Okay? Pisces, that is the end of your reading now. If you liked it, there's a like button down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. If you'd like to leave a comment, let me know how this resonates in your life. I would love to read that. Feel free to subscribe to the channel if you have not done so before. That'd be super cool. Why don't you do that, huh? Anyway, Pisces, if you want to get at me for a personal reading, again, that information is in the description box below. I thank you so much for watching this video. Take care.